What does a person need to be happy? It seems easy, but we never realize it. I believe that all we need is peace. I will try to show you the simplicity of life and finding inner peace. In the green surroundings of the Colombian hacienda, Los Leones.
I know I repeat myself, but look at this. From seed to plant, from plant to fruit, from fruit to seed. Circle. I know I mentioned it in previous videos, but it's always good to say again, because this is happiness. This is really amazing. I love this. I love this. You know, the first thing that I do every morning, before everything, as soon as I get up, I feed the chickens, ducks and goose. That's the first thing that I do every morning.
The order is simple. The cats, Morpheus and Bagheera, eat first, then the ducks and goose, then the chickens, then the dog, Dee, then my wife, and finally me, if I eat that day. I try to be like an animal, eat to live and not live to eat. Food is fuel, necessary for survival. Although I am a foodie by nature, I am aware that food is the biggest addiction on this planet, and that we are destroying the world just because we eat more than we need.
This is what You see, today I have only 4 eggs. Sometimes I have like 15, but today is a little bit low. Only 4 eggs. But those eggs, you know, they're not the same like you can buy in a grocery shop. No, this is a fresh egg from your chicken. It's totally different dimension. Living off the grid. Fire, rain, river. You know, the life is, in one word, amazing. Look what I did today. The green door, the way to the lower part of the hacienda. Nice, huh? You know, life in Colombia, it's always interesting. Why? Because of many things. But one of those things is like, here is not like in United States. Some states and law that I like. I mean, you can have firearms legally without any problems. Here it's very difficult, and the people who lives on haciendas, on ranches, on, you know, the things like that, the properties like that, they can have problems with the thieves, or in some parts of Colombia with guerrilla, or with the narco-traffickants. It would be very, very nice if we have the same law like in the States. So if you are walking around with a assault rifle or shotgun or good pistol, you know what I mean? And if the thieves, they know that, they will think twice before entering somebody's property, right? But here, no. And just today, the wife called me and said that the people of the community around those ranches, they said it was a robbery, it was a home invasions. So I'm walking around, just check, you know, they can come to my property by river over there. So I need to be ready. I don't have firearms. I have only cold weapons. So the martial arts that I have. Hopefully nobody will come, but you never know, you know. The thieves are always hungry. They're always searching for something.
Sometimes there are thieves who break into other people's houses. I walk around the property all the time, both day and night. I'm ready to defend my own, but I've never had anything stolen. The next day I'm bird watching. I'd rather do that than patrol for thieves.
You know, I'm not a typical bird watcher, but here on my hacienda I really like to do bird watching. So I registered right now so far more than 50 different species of the birds, from the colibris like this size, the guacharaca this size, or vultures this size. So it's very rich with the wildlife here, especially birds. I like that. You know, the twilight is the best time to listen to nature. You know, chicharras, crickets, frogs, everything start waking up. Like you can hear it. I love this time of day.
Never neglect the skills you have. I always refresh what I have learned, in this case knife throwing. Sometimes I shoot with a bow and arrow, sometimes self-defense. If I lived in America, I would also practice with firearms. I live isolated, and thieves and robbers never rest. Defending yourself and yours is simply necessary.
I'm joking, of course. You know, with the knives, short distance, you can throw it from here or here. Long distance, like I did, that's need the skill. Like you need to feel the blade.
When you tell someone you live in the tropics, they immediately tell you that you're lucky. You have a lot of sun and it's always warm. But I live in the tropics because of the rain. I simply adore tropical rain, which, thank God, is never lacking. Enjoy the most beautiful music in the world. After the rain fed my soul, now the knowledge that I grew my own food gives me indescribable happiness. From chili to papaya to pumpkin, everything has passed through the magic circle. Seed, plant, fruit, seed, the simple magic of living.
I really don't know the name of this chili pepper, but in Colombia they call him ají, and I have him a lot. It's like little tree, look at it behind me. It's very, but very spicy. I cannot wait to try my papaya. It's not ready yet, but we will see what kind of papaya it's gonna be. Woohoo! Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna make the soup of this one.
Always something to train. This morning it's a knife, a fight with an imagined opponent.
Today I'm gonna do some planting. I have this huge matera. And over here, they are smart. I'm gonna show it to you. Look, they have this for a screwdriver, not to make a hole with a force. Very intelligent. Check it out. But it doesn't work because it's plastic. Doesn't work. Good idea. Old-fashioned force always works. Yeah. Old-fashioned force. Now we have holes, 2 holes that water can get out. And yesterday I bought those palm trees, and I'm gonna put it here only for decoration. Yesterday I bought nice dirt for these beautiful palm trees. Let me check it out. Let me show you. Yeah, I'm gonna mix it with the dirt from the hacienda.
During your life, plant at least one tree. I have planted thousands of them. These 2 palm trees that I bought yesterday I will put in these big pots, and when they grow out, I will move them to the ground.
E o guerreiro amarrado no tronco, a Deus pedir a proteção.
The next afternoon, I trained a little again. This time Capoeira Angola. Although this skill is trained in a group, my training partner is Didi. She has no idea what I'm doing, but at least she helps.
Gdje su moje patkice? Gdje su moje patkice? Gdje su moje patkice, eh? Today's catch: 1 the carioca, 4 the kika, 2 the ducks, and 1 the of red ones. Good. 4, 6, 7, 8.
You know, making the breakfast for me, it's essential. That's meditation. So yesterday I prepared this with some kind of gravy, but it's ají, you know, the spicy thing. Inside I have onion, I have tomato, I have a lot of chili. So I mix it up everything, I blend it. So I have right now just to put on top of my avocado. What I'm gonna put more is garlic, because I just love avocado with garlic and olive oil, which is not original recipe, but I love that. So sorry, my dear Mexicans, I know that you can be offended by this, but you know, the freedom of choice. Okay, I will put a little bit more onion, because I don't know if it's gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna be different than before, but we will see. I will put onion, I will chop it, I will not blend it. In most of the cases, I avoid blending things. I like chopping. I like feel it under my teeth. But sometimes, like salsa from Dalmatia, tomato sauce, I prefer blended. But you know, the tastes, nobody should argue about tastes. Okay. Sua coroa de ouro é Mario. Sua coroa de ouro é Mario. Mario, Mario. Sua coroa de ouro é Mario. Sua coroa de ouro é Mario. Mario. Sua coroa de ouro é Mario. Sua coroa de ouro é Mario. Mario, Mario. Damn, it's good. You know what I'm doing now? Where did I put the knife? Ah, here. I'm cutting those plastic bags and I'm gonna put it on the ground over there where I'm gonna make the brick path. So why I'm gonna do this? Because in that way the plants will not grow underneath of bricks. So I will have less work to do cleaning those plants. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it on the ground, cover it with the thin layer of unfertile dirt, and after that I'm gonna place the bricks on the top of that. It's gonna be nice. You see how that looks like? I cover it over there. This is unfertile ground, dirt, earth. So first this, then that earth and all path. I'm gonna do this, and on the top of that I will put the bricks. It's gonna be nice. See the coral snake? This is highly venomous snake. You can see on the bends. If you said R-A-N-A means it's dangerous. Red, black, yellow, black. I think my papaya is ready. Yeah, I'm gonna take papayota. Nice. Yeah, but let me see. This is my living room, my bathroom, my playground. Literally, I live in the jungle. Look at this. Jungle. This is my land over there. Behind those trees is my hacienda. I live in the jungle.